escape from the team, call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Wednesday, November 20th. It's race week here in Las Vegas. Formula One action here. Got everybody fired up for good, for bad, doesn't matter. We've got racing in town here this week. We've got UFC this morning weekend, what I want to call it, here on Saturday. Get ready, get early. Hey, I haven't spoken to them yet, but they might need me in the chat this week or on air for our UFC coverage. You tell me that our whole crew is going to be up and at 'em at midnight or 3 a.m. to watch the card here. Midnight for me, 3 a.m. on Saturday to watch UFC from Macau. I previewed this week's card with my UFC partner, VB, and our guest, George Gennaro of Narrative Nation. We got First Strike coming up here tonight, as well as the boys give us their top plays here for this weekend. Of course, you'll have Mikey Money giving his top play. You'll have, of course, Fanatical Jim giving his top play. You'll have Jeff M with his top play. And, of course, my name is Sub will give his top play as well this week. My name is Sub. I'm going to say that 10 times. I love that. And so join them this week if you can. I hope I'm not getting off track here with the coverage. They better be there. We don't miss one. So if they need a little help, maybe I can guide them along the way. I just stay up all night anyways on Saturday mornings, getting ready for the college football. And of course, right now with the overlap with college basketball, we'll have a ton of plays this weekend. I hope everyone had a great Sports Betting Tuesday. We'll be here for the next couple of hours talking sports and sports betting with you and trying to find parlay winner from Team Steam Consensus. Look, we're fine on our picks and Team Steam Consensus, but we just can't put together all the wins and get that parlay one here 0 for 10. Thought we were going to have it yesterday for Old E, but we'll give someone else a try or maybe a repeat. We might be getting to the repeat. I don't know. We're getting about 50 people so far. We've had 10 different names come up. So I don't know. I know there's a little bit of variance there in some of the names, I'm sure, in the drawing, but I'm probably getting close to getting a repeat contender here. What was that steam that we just heard coming in here just moments ago as I came on the show? We've got Columbia and Long Island. Columbia looking good here this year. Columbia here and Long Island, game total over here, 151 here maybe. 151.5, probably 152.5 here right now with Columbia and Long Island. Some steam here this morning. Been plenty of moves. Will kind of keep you informed. But there was also one that just came across here in college football as we were coming on the show. You probably heard it. And we've got let me get it here. Southern Miss taking some steam here right now on Saturday in their matchup. Southern Miss here going to be taking on, I think I have it here. I might not have it here. There we go. Southern Miss here this weekend taking on South Alabama. And they took it at 22, probably down to 21 or so here right now. Southern Miss took some steam here. So, hey, it was a good night in NBA Cup action last night with a big game, of course. It certainly lived up to expectations. This isn't the Eastern Conference Finals. I think we're going to be in for a surprise here as the Boston Celtics won but did not cover against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Team Steam consensus, you guys had it, said take the Cavs. I agreed with you. And, they for a while there, they were down big time, and they came back. So I think that shows they are up to the task, and I would think could push this team to 7 games in a championship scenario to go to the NBA Finals this season. I believe in this Cavs team. I think it's no fluke here this season. Boston gets the win, Cavs get the money, and did not go under, I don't think, for maybe you got to push out of it. My premium play was on the under, but it landed pretty much on the best number possible. But I think most people, if they took under with me, fell short. It probably ended up in the 234 range there. So that was a pretty popular play, and got to 235 there for the most part. So also yesterday we did have some other winners as well in the NBA. We did give out Dallas here on the show over New Orleans, over struggling New Orleans yesterday. Also, we did have a premium pick winner with Utah and the Lakers game to go over. Utah did get the money. We talked about Dalton Connect on the show last night, pushing for more time, pushing for a bigger role. And right now we're seeing a star is born in LA. I think one of the key reasons, actually, his development and balance that he gives the offense here, I think is made the Lakers a much improved team over last year. And we did have the premium pick over, but Dalton Connect, big time point scorer there, 37 points, one of the best rookie performances in team history last night in that game. We say hello to some folks. We'll also recap maybe a few more scores and sports, but man, we got you guys building up in the chat here. If you do chat with me in the YouTube chat, you're going to be entered in for our drawing for the consensus parlay that were 0 for 10, you guys, yesterday. Our game that fell short, I'm trying to think of what it was. I think was it the Flames that fell short? No, the Flames won. Was it the college game that fell short? I'm going to figure it out here. I know we did not get there for the consensus parlay. Marquette certainly got there yesterday. And it was the Brooklyn Nets. And they certainly had a chance to get it done yesterday. They, had a certain lead there for much of the game, if I'm not mistaken. What was that final, man? Because that was the one that held us back yesterday with Brooklyn winning by just 1 point, and they were favored by 1.5. Can you believe it? We even gave it out a little bit larger than that there, but they won by 1. So I think the consensus parlay actually ended up 3-1 and lost by 0.5 point. Oh, well, we'll give it a try again today and see. All you got to do is comment. You'll be entered in the drawing at the end of the show. We have great previews coming ahead in the NBA, an 8-game card, NHL, 5 games, 2 games in the Maction. I feel better about the Mac tonight. yesterday I did not feel I didn't even give out a premium in the Maction. I just sent it out on our free VIPs, and I couldn't hit a thing in there. I think we did have one winner in the Mac here last night. I had the premium pick or the VIP winner with Akron. Akron to roll over Kent State. Kent State led 7-0. And Akron rolled. I also gave out here on the show Miami of Ohio, but I was flipping and flopping for sure there yesterday. Western Michigan turned out to be a huge play, or the strongest play in the by the industry cappers, but that was a big failure too. Hello to Joe T. He was here early today. He's got the wrench here. Sancho here. Thank you, Sancho. He said he had a parlay winner here in the chat. You guys got to remind me. I can't write them all down. I want to. Also, let's see here. Here's my right-hand man. He's my Ed McMahon. Say hello to Thomas Lewis. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the thumbs up. And it's all about sports money is money. Here on the Sports Money Network. Our growing family here with you guys. Good to see you here. Curtis is here today. Another opportunity. We didn't score for Curtis. Look, it's not your guys' fault. I mean, these are our best plays. Look, we came very, very close. So good morning to R. Thompson. R. Thompson had a great hockey day here yesterday. We had a few winners along the way here, didn't we? Yep. Let's just cover it the way we see it here. We had some winners here on the show with the Edmonton Oilers on the road. Tampa Bay got the win for us here for me anyway, on the morning's team. I thought it was pretty heavy industry play as well. We did have the premium pick under there with Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh. We also had the Jets here on the show against the Panthers. I gave out the Wild as a premium pick winner yesterday. I also had Anaheim and Chicago game to go under as a premium pick winner. Team consensus did score last night in that late game with Calgary, the 2-1 winner over the Islanders. I had the under as my premium pick winner. And yes, we gave out the Rangers over the Canucks here on the show as well. Good job by our Tomps and the crew. Good morning to Bobby Mack. And here's Tom Regard here today as well. And who else in Doubles is here? Good morning to Doubles. Thank you for stopping by. Andrew G. Matt D. Good to have Matt in here today. AOD here. And let me I'll promote my own greatness here. Thanks, AOD. Cliff Floyd here. And the Lake Show didn't quite get it done, but they look good enough, right, for the most part, but didn't get that money, and no doubt there is that's what I gave out here on the show was the Lakers. But like I said, I think they won the game, and the big star there, man, Dalton Connect. We saw it coming, right? We've seen it coming here. And let's see who else also joining us today. And you guys are just having a good conversation here. We got about 4 dozen in here already. So here's Joseph Alvarado. Nunya is here. Good morning to Nunya. And that's it from you guys. Just a few commenting in the chat so far. So we only have right now 14 entries in the drawing. We're getting about 50 or so. Maybe it'll be a little bit lighter today with our card. I picked a couple of college basketball games to go over as well. Roll out the steam, of course, will kind of be our coverage here. So let me get one to you right now that just came through, and this was Southern U and Texas A&M on the added board today. They took under 144. It's probably 143 or so right now. Southern U and Texas A&M taking steam to the under here this morning on the Morning Steam Show. All right. And Elsewhere, before we get to kind of the previews here, news of the day, I think, revolves around the Jets again, right? They fire their general manager now. So I'm trying to do the math. You fired the head coach, you fired the general manager. Who's left? You know who's left, and who's not going to be around. I can't see it happening here for Aaron Rodgers next year. Obviously, the way this has gone, but what a disaster to end up firing these guys who took a chance and basically built their chances around bringing in a high-priced player like Rodgers, who's not able to get it done here this season. So just a disaster. We're seeing so many teams just really falling apart here with organizational debauchery here, whatever you want to call it. They've just really botched these situations. With a lot of these franchises, you got people who don't know what they're doing, it feels like, and jumping the gun too early, not sticking with the program, not building a future, and just trying to roll the dice. And that's not what you want to be doing. So, all right. Let's get ready and head on over to my little plug here, and then we'll get started with the show. And got some nice previews here today, it feels like. And I just want to get my panel up. Some great plays today, hopefully at the Winnable app. Check me out over at winnable.com. Get my best plays over there. I'll send out some free plays as well. This is how you follow my action by clicking on the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. And this is how you support me coming back here every morning on the show. This is a viewer-supported channel here at the Sports Money Network. And, love to be able to just come on here and dole out winners for about 2 hours, but there's so many more plays to the day, aren't there? And so many things that happen. You get my best plays over at winnable.com for $20 a month, 67 cents a day. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. 50 cents a day is going to let you know what I'm on here each and every day. Even with some of these big college basketball cards, we did have some winners here with the picks yesterday in college basketball on the Winnable app, including Drexel and Fairfield game under. That was a premium pick winner yesterday. We also had winners here on the show, right? With Cleveland State against Minnesota. They got the money for sure. Did the job. We also said go over Penn and Villanova, winner on the show yesterday in college basketball. Also here yesterday, we had Iowa in a blowout as a premium pick winner over Rider. And also on the show yesterday, you guys had Marquette over Purdue. They rocked in that one yesterday as Shaka and the crew did it up big time defensively. I gave out Montana State here on the show yesterday over Northwestern. Also, remember, we had Southern Utah by request as a winner here yesterday over Loyola of Chicago, getting that money. And more premium pick winners yesterday. I had Eastern Kentucky to roll over Chicago State yesterday. So going to get back at it today with an exciting college card. And you can get those plays. I just mentioned it here during this part of the segment because there's so many college games, and I usually send out, probably a day like today, probably 7-10 plays in addition to what we're going to cover here on the show. So use the promo code STEAM at checkout, save 20% off those packages. I got, basically 7 days for $8 if you'd like. You can pick up the 1-day plays over there. Just really appreciate your support. And you get plays from me, updates. No overnight sports right now. I've even slept in a little bit here this morning because, I didn't have anything to watch really when I was, hanging out. No tennis, no NBL, no CBA, just no sports in the middle of the night here for a couple of days. So got up on some sleep, but plenty of college basketball. See who else has checked in. We'll get ready to go to the show here. And did Draymond cause the injury to Zachy. There was some controversy with the post game, right? And it's just Draymond just being a douchebag again. But I'm not questioning his, you know, hustle on the court. He's the type of guy that'll cheat you, right? I mean, it's one of those guys. If you're not cheating, you're not trying, and that's wrong. That's morally wrong. And hopefully, people who do cheat get called out for it. Uh, that incident may have actually been a result of, well, I don't want to go into it because of Draymond's. I think Draymond's comments actually indicted himself, but nonetheless, everyone still likes Draymond. Once you get him off the court, he's just a fine guy. Steam just came in right now in a little college basketball tonight here as we're getting ready to start the show. Idaho State and UCLA game total to go under. This one moving here right now, probably under 132 at this point. It was as high as 134, and we're seeing a strong move here to the under in the Idaho State UCLA game. It's down to 132 here for sure and going a little bit lower in the matchup with UCLA tonight. All right, let's see if we got a few more in here. Julian Cesario here today. He said he got to come 67%. If we could do that every day, we wouldn't need a show, I guess. Another game that, hey, I have this one set up to preview, but San Jose State and USC game total here going under right now. We're seeing this one get steamed here. And I was going to preview both those USC, UCLA games with their larger television coverage tonight than most of the games right now. This one was 142. It's now 141 or lower here, moving lower. San Jose State and UCLA. Philly Eagle Flyers here today. Thank you. Thank you for your knowledge, Philly Eagle Flyer. You look at our international football schedule today, and look, if anything, on the soccer card here, there is, let me see what the action was here today. It's not much, even more barren than yesterday, it feels like. With, let's see, Serie A already underway in Serie A with an early start here right now. How about that? Man, yeah, I don't know what I could find today. There is a couple of games in Mexico, of course, but I've got my Tijuana club here at home against America. I'll be tuned into that one tonight. We never beat this team, but maybe tonight as an underdog we can get that one done. Tijuana and America. That's a little something for me to take my mind off these other sports as well. Hello to Ron Young today. And hello to Johnny Walker, the old head fake, right? Nunya, right? Well, that's the thing, Nunya, right? That's what, kind of bugs you a little bit, right, about Draymond. He takes advantage of the situation that he is in. No problem there, but if you're bending the rules here, you should be penalized somehow. Hello to Morgan Spooner. Got his plays. I think these are his plays for today. Thank you, Morgan. All right, don't forget, make any comment in the chat to become eligible for the consensus parlay, our best plays here today. Let's go and talk sports here with our NBA coverage to start us off tonight. Here with the Bulls taking on the Bucks here on the road. The Bucks are going to be favored tonight in this one by 8, and the total here 238. We've already seen some steam come in here on the under in this game, believe it or not, but this one certainly hasn't moved that much. It's been mostly 237s and 238s out there for the most part. If anything, we've talked about how the Bulls here and have had a number of overs certainly, but also I think with this series anyway, this series has been somewhat okay for Chicago here in the past against the Bucks. And we know the Bucks are certainly up and down here at this point. We don't see any reason why they're going to, turn it around and become kind of the Bucks that they were here over the last few seasons. They're just struggling along, trying to get things sorted out. So I want to mention here real quick in hockey, just coming in a little steam right now on the over here in the Sharks and the Stars tonight. Kind of interesting there. We've seen some unders here, but steam right now, Sharks and Stars maybe creeping up to some 6.5s here right now. Okay, Bulls and Bucks. So this one, like I said, this one is a series that the Bulls have actually had a little bit of success in covering some numbers here, and they have been somewhat competitive here to the number this season as well. We know the Bucks have been certainly overrated in a lot of these games, probably laying too many points most of the time. These teams have similar records right now, with Chicago coming in at 6-9 here, Milwaukee 5-9 currently in this one. You have the Bulls here off a win against Detroit on the road, 122-112 as a 4-point dog. Meanwhile, for Milwaukee here, they're off of a win over Houston, but they didn't get the number here as they failed a couple in a row. Got some college basketball steam right now coming in on Tulsa in their matchup tonight with Arkansas Little Rock, huh? You want to lay Tulsa, says the Sharps. It was 11.5, but it's around 12.5 here right now. Tulsa is on the move against Little Rock today. I don't know about that one, gang. I think Little Rock's always done pretty well. That's a annual meetup, I think. So I don't know if I like that move, to be honest with you. Let it go. Let it build up. Also, Elon College, they took the steam here with their game against Northern Illinois. It was Northern Illinois by 1.5, but this one's probably going to be a pick'em here right now as Elon takes the steam against Northern Illinois. All right. Anyway, continuing on here, this one with the Bulls and the Bucks. Let's see if we got that season series here. I know the Bulls here, they're 4-1 in the last 5 games on the road against Milwaukee. They've covered 4 of the last 5 meetings overall as well, including some home games there of late. Milwaukee just 4-9-1 against the spread right now, 3-6-1 as a favorite. The Bulls are 5-4 against the spread on the road. They're also 5-4 against the spread straight up. Milwaukee's just 4-3 straight up at home so far. Here's Cal Poly right now taking some steam against Arizona State at plus 17.5, but this one's going to go down here to probably 16.5 right now between Cal Poly and Arizona State tonight. All right. These two teams, the Bulls, like I said, the Bulls have been the team that's kind of gone over here thus far, 6-3 to the over on the road. Meanwhile, the Bucks are just 2-5 to the under at home. But if the Bulls are going to be able to compete in this one, I would think it'll kind of I think they will compete in this one. I don't think the Bucks are going to be a solid 8-point choice over this team right now, no matter how weak the Bulls have looked. I don't think they're looking any worse for wear than the Bucks at this point. This college basketball team's hot right now, so hope you don't mind me just fitting all these into the coverage here. Virginia Tech is getting totally steamed here against Jacksonville today. I'd imagine Jacksonville may have some problems scoring. I think they've gotten some numbers so far, but Virginia Tech was a 13-point they were as low as an 11-point favorite overnight here. They're already up to 13.5 or higher. They're really moving on Virginia Tech. To me, I know that experts may prefer the under in that game. Maybe Jacksonville's going to have some problems against Virginia Tech today. So, okay, let's see what you have in this one. I'm going to take the over here. Like I said, the steam did come in on the under, but it didn't really push the total that much lower here. I would think the Bulls can match here, maybe offensively with the Bucks is what it feels like. Let's go to your comments here in this one and see what you guys have. And if you want to say good morning still, that's fine. We're on the first game here. And Terrell says, the Bulls, they're just not, covering enough here for his liking. No doubt about it. They did get, though, let's see here. They covered against Detroit. They covered against Detroit in that game that they won. No, I guess that was a push there, right? Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. That was a push by 7. I was thinking maybe they covered that game, but for the no better than a push. So, okay, here, Nasty Nate's got some action here. Oh, that was his plays yesterday there with the Celtics, and we know he's always on them in that second quarter. We should have had the Cavs in the third quarter though. Man, 40 points in that one. You know what I'm saying? All right. Good morning to T Bird here. Good morning to Jermaine. T Bird says he wants the Bulls here, no doubt. Curtis says, give me the Bulls here in this one. And let's see here. Bobby Mack is on the Bulls. Sancho's leaning Bulls, but we're going to need a little bit more action here, he says. And let's see here. Jerry says he likes Jacksonville in that game. Idaho State won't score. Remember, there's my Idaho State team again. There's my Idaho State team again. And Thomas says, got to get the injury status here. And look, I think when for the game tonight with Giannis's, you look at the line here, and I think he's in for sure. He's listed as probable, but again, the Bucks aren't playing well enough that they'd be an 8-point favorite, I think, without him at this point. So Patrick Williams is questionable for the Bulls here. And let's see here. Sancho says though still may have a game time decision. I'm gonna go with he'll make this game tonight. Here's Matt D. Bulls and under. There's plenty of room for the under here, but I'm gonna go over as my play. I think the Bulls can match here. And I don't think they're anything too special defensively here. Man, these college steam plays. Like I said, hopefully this is good broad coverage because, we're not going to go every game, but we're able to keep tabs of where the spread is moving. There is a guy here who does some previews. Maybe you've heard of him. He does every game, every night, does a great job of previewing every single game. And that's his specialty, though. Xavier here is taking steam here right now in their game against Siena. This one's got some pretty wide. I think this is kind of the early TV game tonight with Siena and Xavier. Xavier was 25, but they're up to 26.5 right now. I've seen some experts, some paid cappers, if you know what I mean, here on Siena already. So they took some steam here just a few minutes ago, as did UTEP. UTEP took steam here against Santa Barbara tonight. UCSB was an 8-point favorite, but they're going to be down here to 6.5 or so. UTEP's been a pretty stiff move here this morning against UCSB. All right, gang. I think we're ready to make. We've made the call. Hopefully, you guys are on all of your plays. Go ahead. Yeah, thanks, Jerry. In some of these games, or if I call out some steam, we're probably not going to get to all the college games. Go ahead and talk about those games. Put your plays in there a little bit on some of these games. So looking forward to that tonight for Idaho State taking on UCLA. So, all right, I'll take the over here. I don't think we got any consensus going. How about another steam move here real quick in college basketball coming through? It's Penn State taking the action here against Fort Wayne. Penn State's going to end up being pretty popular here tonight. They're already up to probably 16.5 or so right now in their game against Fort Wayne. Handicappers are already giving out Penn State here, paid cappers, it feels like, tonight to roll against Fort Wayne. So don't know if that's the cause of the move, but nonetheless, Penn State up to probably 16 and a half here. They were as low as 15, but they're obviously taking the action here in this one. All right. Next up is the Pelicans taking on the Cavaliers here. And the Cavaliers obviously on a back-to-back. And look, when I said yesterday, right, that teams wouldn't be playing a back-to-back in their games involving NBA Cup days, I meant before They certainly will be playing them here on the back end. But I think they try to give all the teams playing in the NBA Cup the day off before. So Cavaliers, though, here on a back-to-back here going up against the Pels, and the Pels also on a back-to-back after getting blown out on the road. So if anything, it's a little bit of a tough situation here for the struggling Pelicans at this point. Couldn't get anything going, and no offense going here. And Dallas, who, I don't know, they're not blowing anybody out of the water. They were able to get a big-time easy win, it felt like, against the Pelicans yesterday. Cavs here, I don't think they'll be all mad because they lost or anything. I just think they're just far better than the Pelicans here at this point. That 12, or what is 13 and a half now. It was as low as 12 and a half here, I think. But for the most part, 13 and a halves here out there right now, and the total is down to 222 on some widely reported steam here this morning. Let me adjust that total here and keep that up there. There we go. So I haven't gone to the chat yet, but I'm going to take the Cavaliers here as my free play. I kind of want to go premium with the Cavaliers here in this one, but I think I'll just roll with them here to dump the Pelicans in this one. Let's see if you guys have anything here with the Cavs and the Pels after what we saw yesterday. So Cleveland had their 15-game losing streak snapped, of course. And let's see if you've got anything. I want to say hello to Marquise A. is here. Marquise, I think we maybe have chatted before. Yeah, I think so. And good to have you here. T-Bird says he likes the under here in this game. That steam, of course, like I said, did come in on the under. We've seen some overs here, I think, with these two. Let's check it out. The Pelicans just 4-11 straight up right now. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be a matter of hunger for Cleveland here, but they continue to cover. That doesn't matter. Favorite dog for the most part. Cleveland 12-4 against the spread so far. The Pelicans are 0-7 against the spread on the road. Is this one going to be the one against the Cavaliers getting all these points? Here's an under for our Toms, kind of trusting that steam a little bit. And Fernando's got a lean to the under. Jermaine likes the under here as well. You think of, New Orleans and that offense on the road, it's almost non-existent here. Look at this. Cleveland is a consensus play from the chat. Thank you, Thomas. So let's go Cleveland. I already gave them out, so I'm not going to pivot. I like when the consensus comes in with a play, and I haven't given out my play, and I just roll with the consensus here. I'll handicap for the people. I'm not going to, I end up on the different side of the consensus. I win some. You guys win some. Don't want to ever always be like that, but it's going to happen. Andrew likes the under here, and I think Thomas likes the under as well. We could have gone either way with the total here, but again, I think with these two teams, we have seen some overs from Cleveland for sure. They're 10-3 to the over as a favorite, which you think of Cleveland, and obviously they play pretty good defense no matter what we saw there. They're still, I think, for the most part, riding on. They've got. Mitchell, look what he did. Mitchell was great yesterday too, right? Mobley, my man Mobley was strong here. Robert says Cleveland and under. Man, you guys are heavy on the under here too. Wow. So, yep, you're in, Jermaine. You are in. Once you comment, let me just be clear again. I know I brush over it a little bit, but maybe Jermaine helps me here explain. We've got 65 of you in here, and not everyone is putting any comments in the chat. You don't have to be like the chat all stars. Hello, stars. And make a pick on every game or even some of the games or what you want. Oh, I'm sorry, Thomas. The consensus is under. Okay, thanks. I just read it wrong there. Did I really read that wrong? I'm sorry, Thomas. You did the job. You said consent under. Okay. Phew. And I gave out the Cavs. So we do have a double play here in this one with the Pelicans and the Cavaliers. All right. And Julian talking about the Sixers. We'll get to that game here in just a few moments, but talking about the Grizzlies and their injuries. But the Sixers are just a mess. So far, though, I'll tell you, the handicappers are all over the Sixers, the moves on the Sixers, the sharps are on the Sixers. Everybody's on the Sixers. I'm not going to be on the Sixers. Okay, here, let's see. Let's go, Jerry. Let's get it right. Okay, let's get it right. Here, Jermaine says he's going to like the steam action here a little bit. Okay, so anyways, Cleveland there. Look, I see what you guys are saying because the Pelicans offense on the road is just woeful, right? And if you think about the spread here in this game, right, what are we truly looking at here? 117 to 102? No, 117, 118, 104 there. And Pelicans, are they even going to get to 100? I don't know. So anyways, we've got two plays here in this game. You guys have the consensus under. I'll take the Cavs. All right. Next up will be the Trailblazers and the Thunder. In this one, you got the Thunder, kind of getting everybody's attention again here. They're doing it the right way, it feels like, in Oklahoma City. But you know what? Portland's won 3 in a row. If you're a Portland fan, if you're Portland better, if you're NBA, if you've watched this Portland team these last 3 games, I mean, there's promise, there's hope, right? Where some of these goofball teams, and it's been an issue. And Portland's not all of a sudden turning this around, but it has been a real positive here over the last couple of games for sure. I mean, I guess everyone's going to have a stint where they're going to win some games, but the way they've done it is really what you want to see out of a team right now. A team here, it feels like, with the Blazers, and you got the Thunder as a huge, favorite here. And sure, they're the Thunder, but if a team is going to catch a team napping, it feels like a little bit, it's when you get a team like the Thunder that can walk through this game a little bit and probably get the win, and then they might not know what they're getting into with the Thunder here, right, with the Blazers here right now, and they might at least give them a little bit of a game here. It feels like in this one. Series here between these two have been an under series. 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams here in Oklahoma City have gone under. Oklahoma City's won the last 5 meetings against Portland. I don't think that's a big deal here necessarily, but Portland is 8-5-1 against the spread here so far, which is, pretty equivalent to OKC. They're 9-6 against the spread here. Portland 2-4 straight up on the road. OKC 7-2 at home, but man, I think I'd probably rather be interested in the points here. Maybe I'm not going to make it my play, I don't think, here on the show, if you know what I mean. I feel pretty strong about the way Portland is going here right now. But like I said, the series is under, but to me, the move looks like the over right now. It opened 222-ish or so. It's up to 224 here for the most part, even inching up to 224.5 at Bovada. So I'm going to end up here. Maybe I'm contrarian in this one. I've got the over here with Portland and OKC here tonight. Look, Portland's been going under for sure. They are 2-3-1 to the under on the road. Um, Actually, they have. Let me see here. The last two have gone on. Three of the last four under. So I don't know if it's a heavy trend, but OKC 5-4 to the over at home. And I like the premium here. I like this game as a premium, so I'm going to give out the total here on the show. Maybe the margin's a little bit thin for me, especially having missed out on a little bit of points here for sure with a move to the over. But I'm still going to try to grab the over here in this one. But let's see what you guys have tonight. There, Jerry says he liked that Cavs in the under. Portland with the fast pace. T-Bird and I seeing it just like that a little bit. They've been great. I mean, really fun team, fun to watch Portland. It feels like right now. And maybe I'm a little bit nerdy trying to find, but I think that's what you do, right? To try to find spots. So, let me look at the injury report though too. I know Simons has an injury designation. He has an illness, so he is questionable. Ayton is doubtful here, but the Thunder, we know they have their injuries here as well. So Joe is questionable in this one. So, all right, let's see anything else here. And Jerry says, I'm down on the Thunder a little bit after last night's game against the Spurs there. Yeah, Spurs did a pretty good job without Wemby there yesterday. So, it's not like they were looking forward or anything, right? We talked about how these teams in the NBA Cup, I know Nuke was saying, it's fair, right? What Nuke was saying about the NBA Cup and the players not caring, I disagreed with him a little bit. Like I said, the tournament was put into play to kind of take out the doldrums, if you will, of the regular season at probably the most blah time of the year for the regular for the long grind of the NBA season. The average salary in the NBA is just short of $12 million. The average salary 1 year, no matter who you are. I mean, there's superstars making big bucks, and there's your role players too. So 500,000, I can see what he's saying. That's not even 1/10 of the salary, but it'll buy you a couple rides. All right, here we go. And let's see here. R. Tomps likes the over in this one. Fernando says Thunder should still cover here. And Robert does like the Blazers team total to go over. And Jerry says there might be some prestige to it. I don't know. Jerry, on that one, I'm not disagreeing with that, but I think it is the money. I think it's the money more so than even the I think maybe it was important for the Lakers to win that one. Who knows? Maybe 5 years down the line we'll say, maybe it wasn't the coolest idea to have it, but okay, for me, it is going to be the over as well. You guys like the over pretty much in the chat. It felt like, I don't know if we were overwhelming on this game, but I think you guys know where I'm going with this one, even if you don't want to pay me 50 cents a day. Okay, here we go. Next up. But if you did, I'd appreciate it. If you guys subscribe to my packages over on Winnable tonight, I'll come back and do another show tomorrow. Here's the Pacers at the Rockets tonight, with Pacers getting the points here on the road. This one's been popular with paid handicappers this morning. Rockets are running here by about a 3. I'll call it maybe a 2-1 margin here at this point. Rockets, they prefer the Rockets here in this one as a favorite. See what you guys want to do. I'll look at the numbers here a little bit and see what we got in this one with the Rockets here at home. Indiana's done a pretty nice job, actually, in this series. They have won 5 straight meetings between these two teams on the road here, and 5 straight overall against Houston. So pretty good series here for Indiana. For Indiana coming in with a current record of 6-8, just 2-6 so far on the road. Houston, meanwhile, 6-2 at home, also 6-2 against the spread at home. The Pacers have done an okay job so far as an underdog for sure, with a 4-2 record here overall. Houston is 10-5 against the numbers so far. They've been kind of the quality team here, it feels like at this point. But again, for whatever reason, the Pacers have come in and done a nice job in this series in the past. But still, people kind of rolling here, it feels like, with the Rockets today. I think this one's going to be tough. Maybe the chat will prefer the Rockets. Let's get your comments if you want in this one. The Rockets have been a bit of an under team so far this season, but the Spurs definitely an over club here. It feels like they're over in 8 of their last 10. Over in 10 of 14 overall, but all 4 of those unders have come on the road. There are 4 overs and 4 unders on the road. They're 6-0 to the over at home. So, okay, let's see here if you guys have anything in this one, and let's see what you got. Going to start here with our Tomps. Likes the Rockets here. Jerry likes them at home. Rockets to get it done. Justin says he likes the under here in this one today. I've seen out of all the games so far, handicappers playing in the total in this game, but they're just split down the middle. Robert does like the under here in this one, and he leans to the pace. T Bird says Pacers here in this one, and that's where I'm going to head to. I'm going to go against the Cappers here a little bit. I'm going to take the points with the Pacers here in this one tonight.
System play.
Miles Turner is questionable. We still have Nembhard out, Naismith out as well. So I think that is a lot of the support for the Rockets here. Jalen Green is questionable tonight with an illness, so we'll see if Green can make the lineup for the Rockets. I'll take the Pacers here, plus the points. Jermaine likes the over in this one. All right, next up now is going to be here's that Sixers game right now with the Grizzlies. And look, the Sixers are getting heavy action here for, I don't know, whatever reason. We understand, that Joel Embiid isn't going to play any back-to-backs. So whatever the case may be, whether he's in there or not, getting criticized or not, he's not on the injury list today. I mean, we're totally expecting him here. It's Maxey that is actually on the injured list with a questionable tag. But the Sixers have lost 4 straight. We saw more headlines yesterday of infighting amongst the team. Maxey calling out Embiid. He's late for practices. He's getting treatment a lot of times too. Late for meetings, I guess, was more the phrase there. But I read between the lines. I read some beat writers. Sometimes he's in getting treatment and things like that. So not all maybe is true there. But when you're playing so bad and Embiid just looks horrible on the court, why are they really? Why is everybody taking? You guys tell me. You guys already on the Sixers a little bit there in the chat. Are they really going to come in and beat this team with? Yes, I get it. No Morant. Zach Edey is out. Marcus Smart has an illness. Vince Williams is questionable in this one. There is a long list of injuries here, but the Sixers are totally broken to me right now. I don't want any part of them here, it feels like at this point. Handicappers that I follow are already all over the Sixers here in this one. The Sharps were hammering the Sixers early to bump this spread up. You got a Sixers team that's just 3-10 against the spread so far, going up against a strong spread team here in Memphis. They're 3-1 against the spread as an underdog, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10, 9-5-1 against the spread overall. So I'm not falling for the trap. I'm falling for the trap because the move here is obviously on the Sixers, going to this is the start for the Sixers here, despite the fact that Memphis has also won 9 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams here in Memphis. So I guess this is the point where Philadelphia turns around their season and gets it going, and against a depleted Memphis lineup. See what you I think you guys know what I think, and I feel like I'm just in disagreement with everybody here. Thomas likes Philly here in this one. Julian says the Sixers will get this one tonight. Well, they might as well. They only have 2 wins all season in 13 games. This feels like the one, I guess. Robert, though, is on the over here. Justin like the Sixers, too. They're due. All right, Art Thompson. Thank you, Art Thompson. Somebody's with me here in this one. Kind of want to go. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game. The Grizzlies have been the over team for sure here this season. They've gone over in 10 of their 15 games so far, including 3-1 to the over as an underdog. Meanwhile, the Sixers have been an under. They've gone under in 7 of their last 10 games overall right now. So Fernando's leaning to the under here, and there's no doubt what Philly Eagle Flyer. You're right. I mean, he will have a bad legacy when it's all said and done, unfortunately, because his career is not going to come back. Look in the playoffs last year, there were moments of absolute brilliance, right? When he puts it all in line. But after those games, he's doomed for a week or more when he puts it all out there. Maybe he hasn't been able to pace himself too a little bit. All right. All right, I think that's it for you guys in this one in the chat. Thank you for that. Here, I guess I'll make the play here. I'm gonna have to pivot to the total. I mean, I think you guys got like I said, they came in bombing right away on the Sixers. The sharp action was all Sixers last night, and look, it's caught fire here even with the chat all-stars a little bit. The the industry handicappers here, it feels like, for the most part. So, all right, I'm going to try the over here in this one. The steam came in on the over, and I'm saving this premium, man. I can't deal with it. I'll take my lumps. Come in here and laugh at me tomorrow when the Sixers finally get a win here right now. All right, next up. Here's the Knicks on the road, taking on the Suns, and the Knicks a favorite here as well. Why not? Everybody loves the Knicks. They're 8-6 here right now. The Suns are 9-6, but they're on a 4-game losing streak, and feels like maybe they were overachieving there a little bit for a while. Phoenix has not been a good spread team so far. They're just 1-6 against the spread at home. They're 3-5 against the spread as a dog, which is maybe a little bit better than their overall spread record. The Knicks haven't been that great either against the number here so far. Probably just a 500 team or so for the most part. These teams have combined to go over in 17. Let's see, they're 17-12 combined to the over so far. Phoenix games at home, 3-4 to the under here in this one as the Knicks come into town against the Suns. Let's see here. Phoenix has won 10 of the last 12 meetings overall between these two teams, including games in New York. But New York has won 2 of the last 3 games overall. The teams actually haven't met on the court in nearly a year. They played the games last season on this end of the schedule, the 2023 end at the time, if you know what I mean. Played both games before the turn of the calendar. So, but still, Suns have done very, very well against this team. They've won 5 of the last 6 meetings here in Phoenix between the two teams. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two here in Phoenix. That's 5 years of sample size have gone over here in this one. So what do you guys want to do here with Phoenix here trying to snap this losing streak? They lost at Orlando or at home here to Orlando last time out, lost at Minnesota, lost at OKC, and lost at Sacramento. Those aren't easy games, but they only went 1-3 against the spread in those games. All right. Maybe we'll take a look here at some of the comments. And Markel says Suns money line. I mean, they got a shot here for sure. It feels like in this one. Thomas Lewis is on the Knicks. Andrew says Knicks for Shizzle. Art Thompson is on the Suns here in this one. And here's a little prop action here with the Cat to go over. We talked about Cat looking good, no doubt. And here's Cat over, Brunson over, an assist. Knicks money line. Here's Robert McCormick going over in this one. Fernando likes the over here as well. You guys like this over here tonight. It feels like, you know what? I'm going to roll with you guys. I'm going to go over here with the Knicks and the Suns. Tonight is my pick here. Man, is that a consensus here? Thomas is on the over as well. All right, let me see what that is. 3. It's just 3, so I don't know if it is. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm not sure if we quite got there. And I think, if anything, Nurk a statue. And actually, I think didn't Nurk have a injury designation here in this one? He is questionable in this one. Here's an over from Nate. He kind of put another over. That's probably going to, unless Nate's just building up his parlay for when he wins again. Thomas says he's got it as a consensus here, and Jermaine does too. So, okay, it's a consensus move here on the over. I think you guys know where I'm going with this one, but I was 50-50. I like both the side and the total here. No Bradley Beal's out, so I know that's going to that also could be an effect of maybe why there's a little bit of additional Knicks support. They do have a few names on the injury list tonight, McBride and Achua out of this game. But, you want to have Beal, but he's missed a lot of time here and there. Of course, with the Suns so far, everything's no KD. This team's not doing well, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I think the record says Phoenix is not covering numbers. They've lost 4 in a row, but still, they started the season playing very, very well with a good run of wins to start it off. It feels like they are coming back down to earth, but I'll probably be trying them here tonight against the Knicks. I mean, they do well against the Knicks. So, okay, here's the Hawks and the Warriors. And how about MVP, Steph Curry? Hey, good Steph. Hey, look, Jokic has had to take some time. No problem, right? Celebrate your newborn here, no problem. But, man, Steph here continuing to rack up the numbers and the attention here, playing out of his mind. It feels like at this point the Hawks coming into town here in this one. Handicappers I've seen already taking the Warriors here tonight, laying points. The widely reported steam was on the Warriors here as well. It says 9 on the screen, but it's not 9, it's 8. So if anything, it feels like a little bit of a discount. They must have had a bit of a buyback here. The total here, though, is a typo, I'm afraid. So you guys have probably already called me out on that. Let me fix it here. It's 239 or so. There we go. Yeah, 239 for the most part, pretty much everywhere. Apologies there in this one. But I don't know if they could – I don't know if it mattered if it was 249 here. It might be one of the higher scoring games of the season, it feels like, tonight with the Hawks and the Warriors, doesn't it? Coming in, the Hawks can't stop anybody. The Warriors are feeling it a little bit right now. This series has gone over in 5 of the last 6 meetings here. Overall, in 4 of the last 5 meetings here. at Golden State, and these two teams, I mean, they've combined so far this season to go over in 20 games and under in 8 games. The Warriors have gone over in 8 of their last 10 overall coming in. So does feel like it could, shoot the moon here a little bit with these two. You guys have anything, let me know in this one between the Hawks and the Warriors. Listen to these scores in this series, gang. They only meet twice a year, but they've already met twice this year, not this season. They played both games back in late January and early February. 141 to 134. The Hawks won at home. 134 to 112. The Warriors won at home. 127 to 119 in the season prior. The Hawks won at home. 143 to 141. The Warriors won at home 2 years ago. They only play twice a year, but every game has pretty much been over this total in the last 4. Over this total, and not just over the total, over this total at 239. So give me the over here. I don't know if I go premium. Maybe I should. Maybe we should, you guys. Here, the Hawks do have some, I don't know, limitations, but it's defensively, right? So, all right, go ahead, gang. Let's see what you got here for me in this one. I'm already showing handicappers, like I said, taking the Warriors here today, willing to lay the points. And like I said, where is that steam? Where is that steam? Okay, here we go. I think Mark Kelly, is he rooting for the Warriors? Is that a pick, my friend? And here is Fernando. He wants to go over in the Fernando got me on that. He said Fernando has just been banned from Ramon Scott Sportsbook because he took advantage of that bad line, and now I got to pay him $1 million on his limits. Good job, Fernando. All right. Oh, Dre, how about the injury status here? Dre is in for sure. There's nothing wrong with what Dre did, I don't think, at this point. I don't think he's being reprimanded or singled out. It doesn't have an injury designation here. Draymond under in his PRA. Here's Bobby Mack says Warriors and over. It's Steph Curry that's on the injured list, actually. Probable, though, with a sore knee here a little bit coming in. So let's see here. Looney upgraded to probable. I think did he leave the game? What happened in that with Looney last game? I'm trying to remember here now. I'm not going to worry about looking it up, but Thomas Bird says go over. I don't know if that's over in the green or over in the game, but it would help. And let's see here. Fernando might tie it up together. Jermaine says, give me an alternate total in this one over. And all right, I think that's it. Give me the over here in this one with the Hawks and the Warriors. I got the over. All right. Yeah, he definitely had the flu. I was just wondering if did he leave the last game? I was trying to remember there, or did he just miss it altogether? But he is probable tonight on my injury report. Okay, one more here. Yes, one more. And I'm still here defending the Clippers when everyone's saying, all the talking heads on shows like this one, on the YouTuber group, it feels like, bagging on the Clippers are not very good here. Hey, Orlando's hot. I mean, we got to love what Orlando's doing here, right? We already talked about without Banchero, they haven't, they've adjusted. A great job, great coaching, solid team here, man, Orlando here. But my Clippers are playing okay, it feels like to me. I feel obviously they've got a pretty decent, everyone wants to make fun of Lou. I get it. They've got Van Gundy doing something there defensively with this team right now. And The total here is this even the same league at this point? 206 right now is the total, and it doesn't feel like it feels like it's not low enough to me. I mean, this one just is going to be 99, 97 or something. It feels like here for the most part. I feel like I want to take a premium here on the under and say, look at me, look at me. But I might like the side a little bit better. I like what the Clippers are. I think the team is very, very competitive. Now, you can't stop Orlando right now. They're covering every game in sight. It feels like at this point. They just beat Phoenix by 10 on the road. They've been covering all these games here in a row during this winning streak here right now. What is it, 5 in a row at least here, I think. So Magic continues to roll. They continue to look good. I think they're probably going to get more support here today, but they are just 2-6 on the road. Yeah, they beat Phoenix, good job, but still 2-6 straight up and against the spread on the road. They are 7-2 against the spread as a favorite, but the Clippers are 6-4 against the spread as an underdog. So far, they're starting to close the gap. They finally won at home. Maybe the pressure of playing in the most beautiful arena, or most state-of-the-art arena in the country. The pressure was a little too much, maybe there apparently for the Clippers, but they finally got the win last time out over the Warriors. And when everyone was on the Warriors, I was on the Clippers as they stopped their losing streak. So I've got the look at me. I'm going under in the 206.5 here, and maybe want to do alternate line. It feels like here in this one with the Clippers. Let's take a look and see what you got in this one between these two. The Clippers have dominated also Orlando in the past. They've won 18 of the last 21 meetings between these two teams. So, but Orlando has won 2 of the last 4. Clippers won them both last year, including 118-102 here at the new clip joint. But I'll say the second matchup in Orlando back in March was 197. Okay, let's see what you got here right now. Clippers are they're like I said, got that win at home. So let's see here. Did I get that wrong? What is their straight up record at home? 5-4. Yeah, I said first win at home. I meant, of course, I meant stopping the losing streak. I don't know what I was thinking there. Okay, I'm trying to find it here. Here we go. It's going to start it off with Thomas, of course. There we go. Yeah, Orlando for Thomas here. And Andrew says he's been going kind of against. This is a bad idea, though, right? I mean, no disrespect to Andrew, but I don't think they've failed to cover the spread with Banchero out there. They've covered every time. They've won every time, I think. It feels like. I know it's been quite. I don't think it's been quite that strong. Hey, Real Madrid Doge, nice to see you. Real Madrid Doge is entered into the consensus parlay drawing to win real money here. Yesterday with old E, he was going to be on the line there yesterday to win $35, I believe, right? Was it a 4-teamer? I think it was. And we're doing great on the views. Thank you, everybody. And Jermaine says he likes the Clippers here, but Fernando's on the Magic. So Curtis likes the Magic and the over. Jermaine's got the Clips to roll in this one. And don't forget my man Norman Powell. He's looked pretty good, obviously. He looked great here. It's been a good combo, it feels like, with the guys. So, okay, I'm on the under here. Look at me. I'm under 206 here, everybody. Woohoo. Yeah, I think alternate under for me. I'll go out on the line and say the winning team is going to have 100, no more than 101 points here. 100. So, you know who I like. So I'll just say the under is my play. That's it for the NBA. Thanks, everybody, for your contributions. Get ready for hockey now with our 5-game card on the ice. Hey, we might get out of here by the top of the hour tonight. The Golden Knights here on the road with Hill going up against Stolars. The Leafs, a little bit of a favorite here in this one right now at $1.30. And the total here is at 6, right? I think, didn't we mention, though? Let me take a look here real quick. Thought there was some, maybe some steam that did come in on this one. Let's take a look. We get rolling here on the ice. In this one, you got Hill coming in with an 8-3 record, 8-3-1 with a 3.16 goals against average in this one. Vegas here, 11-5-2. The Leafs, they're not disappointing. That's for sure. 11-6-2 here so far with a 2-game winning streak here right now. Wins over Edmonton 4-3. They beat Red Hot Washington 4-3. You got to say it. You got to call it like it is there, right? With Washington a little bit. Definitely a pretty solid team at this point. Stolar's been terrific since coming to Toronto, 7-3-2 with a 2.18 goals against average and a 92.5% save percentage so far. Pretty terrific for sure. Toronto's been going under, though, for the most part, 3-7-1 to the under at home. Meanwhile, Vegas is 12-4-2 to the over. This series has been an over, even though the teams only meet a couple of times during the season, but feels like these have been mostly over games when they've played against one another. Let's see what you guys have in this one. For this series, 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over, and Vegas has covered the puck line in 4 of the last 5 meetings overall. The last meeting here was 6-2 Vegas back in February of last season. And we're going to start this one off here with our Toms does like the Maple Leafs here in this one. Ronnie says, give me the Leafs and over. And Curtis likes Toronto in this one. I'm going to grab the over here as well. I'm going to go with Ronnie Young here and take the over in this game. Like I said, a little bit of series history over. I know the goalies have been, I know especially Stolarz has been outstanding here so far this season. Yeah, I got a little bit of NBA steam. It's going in the direction against me here a little bit. Portland and Oklahoma City, I did like the over in that game, but the steam right now is coming in on the under between Portland and Oklahoma City. It's going to be 223 here probably right now. Steam coming into the under in that game. Okay, I'm going to start off with an over in the Golden Knights and Vegas. Like I said, this series has been a big time over. I know they've been playing terrific here right now. And yeah, Toronto done it with defense so far, but if you're going to lay a 6 out there in a game that should be tightly contested, I'm going to go over here in this one. It is 6 juice to the over here right now, pretty much at minus $1.12 at a lot of sharp books here. I think the square books are hanging on to a 6 flat. Okay, the Hurricanes are on the road against the Flyers here, and the Hurricanes are still looking very, very sharp. Flyers at 8-9-2 so far this season. I don't think they have reason to be disappointed here just yet. Here, having won 3 of their last 4 games, actually overall, they beat St. Louis and Ottawa here. Beat St. Louis and Ottawa here in these back-to-back games here of late. This has been an under series between these two pretty frequent opponents. 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone under. Carolina has dominated between these two for sure, having won 3 straight and 11 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams, including 5 in a row here in Philadelphia. So I don't know if you can make too much about it there with a 225 line, but they do pretty much hammer them. It was 6-4 in their last meeting here. They did play already this season, back just 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, I guess it was 6-4. The Hurricanes won at home in a high-scoring game here between these two, but we're not seeing these teams totally overs here so far, especially Carolina. They've gone 3-6-1 to the under in their last 10. Philadelphia is an over team for the most part so far at 11-8 to the over, but just 4-5 to the under here at home. So maybe with these two teams, it might be an under here. And the sharp action here is kind of on Philly. Really from the Sharps so far, but man, Carolina does dominate here. It feels like, is the price too high at this point? I've got to think Carolina to roll here against Philly, and I'm gonna lay the puck line in this one. But I do like the total here. It's going to be a premium, so maybe I won't get too much into it. I think you already heard what I said, but let's see if you got anything here. Here comes Sancho cheering on the Canes. R. Thompson, I think, likes the Canes. Markel likes the Canes, and Curtis likes the over. And Jermaine says, "Man, the Hurricanes do crush the Flyers here, Ramon. I didn't know that it was." 11 of the last 12 meetings. Well, here comes some college basketball. I guess the Sharps are taking a few minutes off there. Coppin State and George Mason. This one is headed over the total here on the Steam right now. It opened or was hanging out at 131, but we're already up to 132.5 or higher here with Coppin State and George Mason. Finally, we got a little bit more morning steam here on the show. All right. I think that's it from you guys in the chat on that one. Let's move on here. And this one next up, it's going to be the Sharks taking on the Sharks and Stars here tonight, with the Sharks coming in 6-10-4 so far for the Sharks. Not going to complain too much here if you're a Sharks fan. I mean, been some lean times, I get it, but 6 wins so far. They won their last game, of course, at home against Detroit in that thriller 5-4. For the Stars here, we know things are going along swimmingly right now at 11-6. They are coming in here off of a loss last time out against Anaheim here at home in a stunner here a couple of nights ago. So Stars have won 4 straight meetings between these two teams coming in, and 10 of the last 11 overall. But what does that say? $5? I don't care. I'm on the Sharks here. Can I take them plus 2.5 here on the show? I mean, I can bet that. That's what I'd rather do. Guess what? The widely reported steam came in here on the Sharks, but whatever, it is what it feels like, because that can't be the case right now. The Sharps were interested in taking 350. They probably steamed it too soon. Also, the widely reported steam did come in on the over here in this game. Maybe for show purposes, I got to take 1.5. But what is 2.5 here in this one? If it's $1.50 or less, I think you got to count me in. I'm not at $5. I'm sorry. Can't do it at this point. Like I said, the Sharks have been just fine. Yeah, 2.5 goals is about $1.50 here at the square books. Might even get a little bit better price elsewhere. So, oh no, it's $1.35 even here with plus 2.5. So, look, maybe I have to recommend 1.5. Can I do that? I guess I can. It's my show, but it's our show. It's our show. I'm sorry, you guys. This is our show. I'm going to take the Sharks here, and I'm going to say plus 2.5. I mean, I get it. This is going to be, pretty lopsided matchup, but I got to draw the line. I got to draw the line here at $5 in a game in November when they did just lose to Anaheim here. And we saw Anaheim, and didn't Anaheim just play the Sharks? What was that score the other? Oh no, I guess it was. I guess they didn't play here recently. What was that game? Anyways, for these two teams, you talked about the steam coming in on the over here, and now I might have to update it actually. There is some 6.5s out there. It feels like mostly 6/20, 6/25, but these teams are under teams for sure. Dallas for sure. There's no change in Dallas. They're pretty much always going under, right? They're 5-10-2 to the under overall, 3-7-2 to the under as a favorite. Sharks have been kind of under as well, 8-10-2 to the under. So I'm taking the Sharks here plus whatever I can get. All right, let's see what you have here. Johnny said, thank you, Johnny. Oh, Miami there, Thomas said the Hurricanes were a consensus play here against the Flyers. I don't know if it's a puck line or if it's just a straight up at 225 or whatever, but I'm going to mark that down there and make sure we get it in our consensus. Let me know if you can. I'm sure it's probably a puck line play. We want to have these lines as close to $1.10 if we can. Fernando's on the over in this one. Nate says lay it, he says, with the Stars. And Curtis, maybe the over in the pick of the day, is that in this game there? R. Tomps likes the Sharks here. Markel says maybe they could take a bite out. And Thomas says it was the Hurricanes. Consensus play there. And all right, I think that'll do it on this one. Thank you, guys. Oh, hit one more. Philly Eagle Flyer says Stars money line and puck line. Team total over here. Thomas working it out. We got to win by 2, Thomas. Here we're trying to get the line down. That's why I recommended the puck line in this. I just think it's a one-sided series. I'm always looking to bang on Philadelphia sometimes, but they've been I follow those Flyers pretty closely. All right. I know. You mean picking the winners. I'm teasing you, Thomas. Picking the winners on the puck line. It's tough. Okay. And for League of Flyers says maybe you can do it here. Take the dog and the over on that. Let's keep it rolling here and get this show. It's almost over here, actually. We've got a couple sports to go, but Predators on the road, a Saros on the road here against the Kraken and red hot Joey Decord here right now. Decord has been out of his mind here with an 8-3-1 record and a 2.73 goals against. He's done a terrific job here so far in this season. The total here down to 5.5 over, and with the way Decord's going, with the way that Saros can go, and the Predators having their struggles here a little bit at 6-10-3. Seattle's got the better record here thus far. Handicappers are all over Seattle, it feels like, so far in this one. They've come in here 5-1 ratio right now, it feels like, with the Seattle here tonight at a little bit of plus money right now. Seattle was on a winning streak, but they lost their last game to the Rangers 2-0. Couldn't get it done, but they played a series of unders here, 3 unders in a row right now for Nashville. They're in here off of a win at Vancouver 5-3, snapping a 3-game losing streak. These two teams have combined to go to the under in 14 of their last 20 combined together here right now. Nashville 2-7 to the under on the road so far this season. Seattle 4-7 to the under at home right now. I'm going to take the under. It is a little bit tough here, 5.5 at even money here at this point. And if you want, maybe juice it up to 6, but you're going to be laying $1.45 or so, it feels like. So give me the under here as my play, but I'm probably going to have a premium in this one. Decor's been good. He might even be better than these numbers indicate right now. He's looked really strong in net here. So, all right, let's see what you have, if anything, in this one with Seattle here. They've been going under. Predators have been going under on the road here for sure. All right, see what you got. Good morning to Kelly here today. She's got over in the first period of the Vegas game. We know that's been such a solid play here. I already recommend. If you just got here, Kelly, I already recommended the over in that game for the full game. So there you see, she says 2 goals each in regulation. Parlay it up. R. Thompson likes the under here with me. And here is Sancho. He did like the over in the Sharks and the Stars game. Kind of that steam came in on the over. Philly Eagle Flyer back on this one here. Predators on the money line. Also talking about the Kings game coming up. Johnny Walker says, you know what, I'll lay the puck line here with the Kraken to get it rolling here today. Kelly says 8 of the 9 games between these two, I think is what she's saying, have had 2 goals each in regulation. All right. Kelly giving us a TV Wednesday night TNT doubleheader here. And Philly Eagle Flyers ready to go on the next one. Maybe we will get it rolling here. And I'll take, for me, I'm going under with the Nashville Predators and the Seattle Kraken. Jake Dye here. He's in our contest today, and he's got Seattle here on the money line. Little plus money today. All right. And Andrew saying, how about the Kraken as well here? Would anybody take Dallas? I mean, did anybody? Yeah, no, there was Nashville. Who was it? Philly Eagle Flyer. Yep. Okay. Thanks, you guys. One more tonight. My Kings in this one. They'll be taking on the Sabers. Pekka Luukkonen and Reddit here in this one. Buffalo has covered the puck line in 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. You have Rittich coming in here right now with a record of 6-4 and a 2.51 goals against, an 89% save percentage for Luukkonen, 6-4-1, a 2.83 goals against, and a 90.5, close to 90.5% save percentage. Handicappers that I've been tracking are, well, they're pretty much on the Kings so far. About 80% of them liking the Kings here tonight off that win last time out against Detroit here at home at Staples, 4-1 to snap a 2-game losing streak. Buffalo got crushed, remember, at Philly, 5-2. The goals kept coming for the Flyers on that night. Buffalo's failed on the puck line here in 4 straight, although 3 of them were as a home favorite. So, but again, here Buffalo took a trip to Philly, and now they come out here to the West Coast on this road trip here out west. First game here for Buffalo. The series history, like I said, does kind of favor Buffalo. They've covered some here a little bit, but what do you guys have in this one? Let me know. Between these two teams so far, man, Buffalo's been going over big time, 10-3-3 to the over so far, 4-1-1 to the over on the road. Maybe that tells you where I'm going here on the show. All right, let's see what we got here, if anything, in this one. There we go. I caught up here. Hey, Trevor Davis is here. Nice to have Trevor. Curtis maybe going under here in this one. Trevor likes the Kings on the money line. Kings and over here for Ronnie.
Team play.
And Kelly likes the Kings here too. Got some Kings action. I don't know if anybody's on Buffalo here. Let's see what that steam is. Kings over for our Tomps. I think I'm feeling it. And maybe Kelly's like some goal scorers here possibly. PEF got a big time parlay here at 8.5 to 1. Oh boy, let me get to you on this one, gang. We talked about the game already, and I tell you what, I mean, this is making my card. I'm pretty sure here we're talking NHL Steam just coming in here right now. I might not be getting the best of this, but I'm pretty sure I'm still going to be on this one. Carolina Philly is taking steam here right now, and it's already down to 6 in a lot of books. Here, there is some 6.5s out there. If it holds on, maybe I'm going to recommend it at 6.5 minus $1.25, but it might not stay there. The steam is coming in on the under right now with Carolina and Philadelphia. I like that move. That was going to be on my card. So just in case it doesn't make it to the card, I think I'm still kind of recommending it here. Maybe it would have been a play on the show if it went too much lower before this steam came in. So just want to mention that. All right. R. Thompson's, yeah, okay. All right. What did I take on that? Oh, man, the Kings, that's pretty high in line. So let me go with the Kings as my play here on the show today. I think, I already agreed here, I think, with, but King, that's a lot of Kings support. It does feel like here right now in this one. I don't know if it's a consensus, but definitely have some support here for the Kings. And I'll take the Kings as well, but I think I'm going premium on this total. Look, the Kings are an under team for sure. They've gone under 2, 6, and 1 to the under as a favorite, and 3, 5, and 2 to the under in their last 10. But they are 4 and 3 to the over at home. So I think that's where I think, if anything, like our Tom's on the over there, Ronnie Young on the over, and I think that's what it kind of feels like to me today. Okay. I'll be done here with the NHL. Thank you, gang, for this one. And we're going to move here to a little bit of college football. There are 2 games in the MAC, and I do like the Maction here. Consensus there on the Kings. I didn't mean to force you into it, Thomas, if you didn't think, but I think we've got 4 there at least, with me included. But you have, who was it? You have me on there. You got Kelly. You got Ron Young. You got Trevor Davis. So that's 4, and not nearly a 1 on the Sabers, I don't think. Okay, let's go to college football tonight. Like I said, I like the MAC here in this one, and there we go. Ohio and Toledo to start us off. Yesterday, you could see I made one play and I'm like, why did I do that? So I don't want to be that guy, but I can tell you what game it was. It was. Maybe I can't tell you what it was. Northern Illinois and Ohio over on the. Well, let's get to the Maction here tonight with Ohio on the road here against Toledo. Let's get to Thomas's neck of the woods here with our action tonight in the Mid-American Conference. Here we go. I think we're ready to discuss it. Okay, I'm ready. For Ohio coming in there, 5-1 in the MAC so far. Right there is Ohio. This is the game of the week, certainly in the MAC right now. With coming in Ohio 5-1 overall. Toledo comes in 4-2. Both teams are 7-3 here right now. Toledo offense looking pretty decent, especially these last 2 games here right now. Toledo coming in with wins in the last 2 over Central Michigan, crushed them and got the number at home. They also beat Eastern Michigan. Couldn't cover 10, though, in a 29-28 win here for Ohio. They are just 5-7 as a road dog, but 21-10 against the spread is Ohio in their last 31 games here in the middle in the MAC. They are 6-4 ATS so far, 1-2 against the spread as an underdog. Toledo coming in 3-2 against the spread at home, kind of nondescript. These teams have produced some overs for sure this season, but man, is it really going to be an over tonight? This is such an important game, and the total here at 44.5. Ohio 4-1 to the over on the road. Toledo 4-1 to the over at home. Toledo's 6-2 to the over as a favorite. Ohio 3-0 to the over as an underdog. But this series has gone under or gone over in just one of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. So these two teams get down to some defense when they meet. Toledo has won 7 of the last 9 meetings coming in, but Ohio's won 2 of the last 3 times here at Toledo. So maybe the series history favors Toledo here, but man, I think Ohio's kind of the better team. What are you guys going to do anything here in this one? Did I confuse you enough? I do feel like it is a little bit. I like this better tonight. Let's see what you guys have in the MAC. Let's go with Ohio for Thomas here. And R. Thompson on Ohio. Philly Eagle Flyer putting a little teaser tonight with Ohio and Buffalo. I never mind a good teaser. I love the way everybody makes fun of teasers now. Oh, they've made the prices too high. Teaser's the worst bet. Hey, it is not a great bet, but you got to have all the tools in your arsenal, right? Some spots there is especially if you like action. You know what you do? You put a teaser in when maybe, hey, you want to watch the game, you like the game a little bit, you're not sure, you get a little teaser. All right, Dana says Ohio. Thomas says we finally will get that weather tonight. And Jerry says that Ohio game was very, very. Which one is it though? Oh, no. I think can't play anyone but you off Ohio last. No, can't be that, right? Ohio rocked last time, unless Jerry wasn't impressed or something. They've won and covered 3 straight right now. They beat EMU 35-10 as a 10-point favorite. They walloped Kent, of course, and they beat Buffalo as a 3.5-point favorite at home, 47-16. They did lose to Miami of Ohio in that other big game as a 3.5-point dog for their conference, for that conference loss. They lost 30-20, but that was a month ago. Johnny here liking that under. And that's what I'm going with here, actually, is the under in this one. Kelly says, can either one even get to 25 here? Which could still trickle over, but the widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. But again, the teams are going over for sure, but against each other. And this being a pretty big game. Okay. Curtis so liking the over in this one. Respect that. Handicappers, I follow unanimous here on the under so far. And they also like Ohio pretty strong here by a 3-1 ratio. All right. It's Jerry says, man, you know what, Jerry? It is totally easy to get the MAC teams confused, especially. Here's the funny thing, right? We think of bowl season, and doesn't it feel like the MAC, early on, right, in December, we know they're not going to make the big bowls, but, you got the Motor City Bowl, right? You got other bowls out there. I don't even know all their, the sponsors change so frequently. here. Did you guys hear, by the way, speaking of name changes, that Minute Maid Park is no longer? They've renamed it and whatever the new sponsor is. I'm sure we'll memorize it. I don't even know what it is yet. I saw it, but I don't. It was some company you've never heard of, but probably unless you're down there in Texas. But anybody know what they renamed Minute Maid Park? No more Minute Maid Park. It's something else. Okay, give me the under as my play. I like both side and total here, not like yesterday when I didn't feel like I liked any side or total. So, all right. What did I miss? Did somebody? Oh, Philly Eagle Flyer hit a 5-teamer yesterday. Wow. Oh, he hit it on a 17 leg, cashed it out early and took 500. Is that what it's saying? Okay, I'll move on here in the MAC and give me the under here, but I think I like the side for the premium for sure. Okay, and hey, I like both MAC games tonight. We did see a move here, if I'm not mistaken. No, 1 and 51's fine. Maybe it's 51.5 now. With here's EMU going up, hosting Buffalo. Here right now. This one has Eastern Michigan 5-5, 2-4 in conference so far this season. Eastern Michigan 21-15, last 36 conference games against the spread, but they are just 9-20 as a home favorite. They're definitely favored here, I believe, still across the board. Let me take a look. Oh boy, you know what? Maybe I did see a move. Bovada has already moved to -1 on Buffalo. I'm just going to have to call this one a pick'em here at this point. Let's not get into any of the favorite trends too much because it feels like the shift is coming here. The square books are already moving to Buffalo. It's the sharp books that are holding on right now to Eastern Michigan as a favorite. You have Buffalo. They're the better team in conference so far. Yeah, Buffalo comes in here with 4-2 record in conference play, 6-4 overall. Buffalo here right now, though, 11-18-1 in their last 30 conference games. They're also 6-0 to the over here in their last 6 games, and this season's series has been a pretty much an over as well. 4 of the last 6 meetings have gone over. Buffalo's won 3 of the last 4 games. The widely reported steam obviously has come in already on Buffalo. Eastern Michigan was a 2.5-point favorite, so been a pretty big shift here to Buffalo. I'm showing handicappers about maybe a little more than 3-2 ratio here on Buffalo here. They also steam the under, but I'm not sure I'm into that. You got Buffalo here 6-3-1 to the over so far this season, 4-1-1 to the over as an underdog, and Eastern Michigan 4-1 to the over so far at home, and if anything, get a little bit of value. This one did open as high as 54.5 at some books, and right now we're dealing with this one at just 51. So, all right, let me know what you guys want in this one if you like it, with Buffalo taking on Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan definitely been a pretty good cover so far. I know the moves on Buffalo, but let's see what you got. If anything here, Buffalo and Eastern Michigan. Jerry says this is probably Toledo at home here, but Thomas says give him Buffalo. And he says more rainy weather here in the MAC. Is it just like do they order the bad weather? It seems like 3 weeks in a row we're having MAC weather, Maction weather since we've started the Maction. All right, Buffalo team total over here for Johnny Walker, and Kelly says Eastern Michigan should go with Buffalo because Eastern Michigan has a fraudulent opponents here. Their wins were against Central and who else? Kent, probably. So other than that, they've had some they've had some issues here, but man, they've gotten numbers here but they are actually just 2-3 in their last 5, but maybe the troubles have been more on the road. It feels like so far. So, all right, gang. I might go against Kelly though in that because they seem to be covering. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. Oh, it was Duquesne. Thank you, Kelly. There. Okay. Well, the steam came in. I understand the move here. Let me look at the market action. Kelly's gonna talk me off this. Here with the this Buffalo team. Look, I usually will trust a move like this, so but I kind of wanted to play Eastern Michigan there. They just feel like the better cover. I'm not sure I feel like Buffalo's any good themselves right now, even with this move. So okay, all right. Give me Buffalo, Kelly. I was coming in here on the show on Eastern Michigan, but I'll switch it up. I definitely like the total. So, look, I know this is going to be a bit of a crapshoot here in this one. So, all right, Jerry said it too. You guys are talking. Hey, I'm open to suggestions, right? I'm just scratched out Eastern Michigan. I thought I'd get a little value with the move here to Buffalo, but I'll trail the steam here a little bit and go over here right now. And I'll go with Buffalo, you guys. Thank you. Thank you for the pick. You got me off that one, but I think I'm going to be fading that steam on the total. All right, that's it for the college football. I've looked at a couple games here. We got to get this show over with and then get to the drawing. Hey, you are all eligible for the drawing right now. There are only 34 entries today. Make a comment in the YouTube chat to be eligible for the drawing on our, I think it's a 4-teamer so far, Thomas said. All right, probably just go over some picks here today on some popular television games in this one in college basketball. How about we start it off with Mount St. Mary's taking on Georgetown. You got Georgetown, a big favorite here in this one against Mount St. Mary's. Let me get to my college basketball coverage here. All right, here we go. A pretty good card today. Here with Georgetown, a favorite minus. Oh, it's more than that. We already talked about the widely reported steam coming in on Georgetown, didn't we? And so
System playing.
That was loud. Right now, currently, we're looking at Georgetown up to a 14.5-point favorite for sure here on the total 144.5 in this one. So this one's been climbing here for Georgetown coming in. I think if you look at these teams overall, Mount St. Mary's, I think, has been a little bit of the better cover team so far. I know we're early, but let me get those numbers here real quick so we can have a little bit of a we can do a little more preview today than some of the days and start to get into our college basketball previews a little bit. Here we go. All right. For Mount St. Mary's, they are 2-1 against the spread so far. Georgetown, they got a big goose egg on their side of the spread ledger. They've just been favored by too many points so far. They're 2-1 overall, 2-0 overall as a favorite, but 0-3. 0-3 against the spread so far right now. Mount St. Mary's did get the money here in a couple of games against St. Francis. They won. They won against St. Francis. They won against Bucknell. Now, they were favored against St. Francis, got the money. They were an underdog at Bucknell, and they got the money in that one. They did get blown out by Maryland. And for Georgetown, Georgetown comes in off of that 21-point loss to Notre Dame as a 2.5-point underdog. They did win, but not cover against Fairfield and against Lehigh. Both games, they were laying a very similar number to this. They won by 8 against Lehigh as a 14.5-point favorite. They won by 12 against Fairfield as a 15.5-point favorite. Got to take the underdog for me. I'm taking Mount St. Mary's here as my pick. The widely reported team came in on Georgetown. I'm showing handicappers taking Georgetown so far, paid handicappers on those sites like I used to be a part of. 2-to-1 ratio here for Georgetown today to crush. But I'm going to take Mount St. Mary's in this one. And don't forget, Coach Ed is coaching Georgetown, and they've been fine over his since he's come over to Georgetown. Thank you, Thomas, for the consensus plays there. Let me write those down actually here with Cleveland under, Knicks there. Got Carolina Hurricanes there. I could figure that out. We got the LA Kings. I think that's probably the money line, actually. Carolina puck line. Kings, I think, were money line. Thank you, Thomas. Great job. Appreciate you. And Jerry says this is where Georgetown's got to get it done here. And Thomas says the college should just wait. Jerry says Ramon going against everybody, I think, there. Okay, for me in this one, I'm going to take Mount St. Mary's. I got to take Mount St. Mary's plus the points. I know I got burned in one of those yesterday. What was it? Taking those big points and saying, hey, they're covering, this favorite's not. Maybe you guys can remind me. Here we go. Next up, college basketball. I got 6 games, I think, here. But this is the big one of the night right here with Illinois taking on Alabama, because in this one, we've got a pretty big featured matchup here, the big TV game of the night. This one's actually being played in Birmingham. Still, I mean, Alabama will hold home, kind of a home court edge, of course, here in this one, and maybe they can get a bounce back spot here. It feels like for Alabama. I don't know if it will be, but remember they got beat up by Purdue in that weekend game, 87-78, as a 4-point favorite, snapping that 3-game losing streak. Alabama just 1-3 against the spread so far. The widely reported steam did come in here on Alabama. They were an 8. They opened as low as 7 or so. The sendout, actually, DraftKings opened this one at 4.5 for Alabama right now. So not many books opened it or had it at 4.5 really for that long here. But could they beat up here maybe a little bit against Illinois? This is Illinois' first true road game here so far of the season. They have wins against Oakland, against Edwardsville, and
notice.
Also here against I think Eastern Illinois. I might have to look it up actually. Alabama here had that winning streak, of course. They beat Cashville, they beat Arkansas State, they beat McNeese before losing to Purdue. There has been some movement here from handicappers. They liking the over here in this one, but these two teams have been unders so far. Alabama 0-2-1 to the under at home so far. Illinois just 1-2 to the over on the road, but that total is pretty high. We've seen, how high that Alabama, that last game was. So, all right, gang, let's see what you guys have here with Illinois. Let me get this right. Let me get it going here with Illinois against Alabama here in this one. I think I lost my spot here. Go ahead, Bam, if you got anything here with yeah, Jerry. I wouldn't consider it. I mean, it's going to be Alabama fans in there tonight, but it isn't their home court, so they might feel just a little bit less comfortable, maybe. But I kind of agree with Jerry there a little bit. But first road game here. But again, Illinois, they have a pretty good team here thus far. I mean, they are undefeated after all. You see them in the polls, the rankings, if you will. so far. I mean, this is a hot game here between top 25 teams, or I don't know where you have Illinois right now. They're probably just on the cusp of the top 25 here right now. Our Tom says, nah, 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 nah. This is where you take Alabama here in this one. I'm actually gonna take Illinois plus the points. I'm gonna kind of rely on that that it's maybe not at home and they're being treated like a this is at Birmingham, so at Legacy Arena. So I'll try Illinois here just because of the fact that it isn't a campus game, not the main factor, but maybe this line's just getting a little bit too high. I understand it. It's going to be perceived as a bounce back spot here for Alabama. Is Illinois a top 25 team or not? They should have to try to hang on here. Let me see who that game was now. Yeah, it was Eastern Illinois to start the season. They beat them by 45 points. Okay. And okay, let me go here. Hey, oh my gosh, want to say hello and welcome to Baseline Boo here today. And what a great name that is. I mean, come on, Baseline Boo, and just here for the first time. That's incredible. Thank you, Baseline Boo, taking Alabama here. Plus, or I know you mean minus the points there, I think, but.
System playing.
And Trevor here on the under. All right. All right. Yeah, I got a couple more here right now. Let me keep it going here at this point. But a Baseline Boo is entered into the drawing here for the consensus parlay. All right, Baseline Boo. Great to have you. Stay tuned. We got 75 of in here right now waiting. Who's going to get the 4-teamer here tonight? And Jerry may be going under here in this one. I might be going here on the total for my premium, actually. San Jose State and USC tonight. We keep it going here with I think this is the Big Ten network coverage. Or it could be the Peacock coverage. They both are covering the Big Ten. Let me see. I might actually have that here. This is the Peacock game of the night here in the Big Ten with USC coming in 3-1, San Jose 1-4 so far. Not only that, San Jose is not really getting any covers here, but USC has also been laying a few too many points here. It feels like in some of these games right now, they're just 1-3 against the spread so far coming into this one. So you still got to deal with it here. Two teams here. San Jose did go over on the road against Hawaii in a 69-80 loss as a dog. They did get the money last time out against Santa Barbara. USC lost their last time out to Cal at home, 71-66 as a 7-point favorite. And USC has failed to cover right now in 3 straight games. So I don't know if you guys are doing much here with this one, but let me take a look here. I've got my play, I think, ready. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Let me see, 19. That is a bit uncomfortable, but I'm still going to lay it here with USC as my play here on the show. Yeah, if it's going to be 19, I'm just going to make it a free play here. It's 18.5 here at a few places, so no problem. I still want to do it here with USC to roll against San Jose. A couple other games I didn't really include, but I mean, Gonzaga's playing tonight again. I know I failed with going against them there last time, but all right, I keep it moving here, right? Oh, you guys might have a comment here, actually. I don't know, Jared. I was just trying to pick some games that have maybe some national TV exposure. I think there were some better games on ESPN Plus. I don't know if everybody has ESPN Plus. I mean, the price is going all. Remember, it used to be like $3.99. Now it's like $10 already. So, and big news today, actually, if you're, you know me, I like the television and everything. And they're breaking up Comcast in the big business. It's like the big business news of the day. Comcast, all those networks are getting broken up, I think, into smaller companies. I don't know what it's going to look like or how it's going to affect sports moving forward, and I really don't even know much about it, but it was a big story today. That's a huge media conglomerate. All right, here we go. How about this one then? How about Idaho State? You guys already talked about it. Idaho State and UCLA. So tell me about it. I got my guy AJ Bergen today. Gonna get a chance to see him play the Bruins. So how will it go in this one? You got a huge favorite here, of course, 24.5. Oh gosh, this line is stale. The widely reported steam did come in on the under, but this line is like 24 now here, isn't it? 24.5. I think this is the last game of the preview, actually. So let me update it. We're going to get out of here. We're going to do the drawing here. Pardon my hiccup. Big move to the under. Big move to the Bruins here, taking on the Bengals here. A little bit of steam coming in also in hockey. There's steam in Nashville in that game on the road against the Kraken here. I'm not buying it. I'll just wait for it to go up. Probably $1.35 or more here now. Nashville taking the steam here tonight against the Kraken. All right, man, I wanted to take the Bruins here actually in a blowout over Idaho State tonight at 24.5, and I guess I'll take that as my play here. I can't stand 4 point. I'm laying 4 points more. I definitely like UCLA. It's going to be a little bit harder now. Man, 24.5. I'm not switching though. I don't think. I think I'm just going to take UCLA and hope for the best. The steady move has been on the under. The widely reported steam came in on the under. And, might be a pretty decent move as well. But I'll try the Bruins here in this one. UCLA is 3-1 against the spread. Idaho State's 4-0. They're 4-0 against the spread so far, is Idaho State, man. I'll just take it as my free play because – man, that one's tough. I shouldn't have picked that one. That's going to do it for the morning, Steve. You guys got to play. Let me know on this. Let me look at it. R. Thompson went with UCLA as well. Okay, good. And they are, Jerry, no doubt about it. And they're getting blown out. So we do have some UCLA here. Thank you to Joe T. Baseline Boo. Thank you. Talking that game. We talked about the steam that came in on Elon there in that one. So now NIU getting the points at home. Thank you, Baseline Boo. I hope you'll be a regular here. You're going to get a chance right now to win a 4-team parlay. Remember again, everyone, I splurge and donate 1 penny for every view on YouTube that we get and multiply that by whatever the parlay is. So if we get obviously 400 viewers and we got a 4-teamer tonight, I don't think any of it was hockey. Oh yeah, Carolina was, but so it might not quite be 10-1, but someone could have a chance to win maybe upwards of $30 or $40 here tonight with the consensus parlay. So, hey, Trevor says, Ramon, how about New Mexico State? Can you hit me up with that one here on the fly? I might be able to do that. Let me see here. In the matchup against Dayton. Okay, let me take a look here and see. I got my ratings up. I won't have too much of a breakdown here, but I think we have the figures all ready to go on my sheet and as well on the computer, so I can just look at it, do the math in my head, and say here, I think what I like. Widely reported steam did come in on Dayton here, showing services on New Mexico. Just not many. If anything, it might be just one here, actually. So, all right. Taking a quick look at this one. What's the line there? It was 14, but it might be a little high here right now. I want to back it up. 673 here, up to 15.5 now. Good pick. Great job, Trevor. I should be better. This is the second time. It might be the second day in a row. I'm not saying you called me out, but again, this should have been probably the preview, right? I should look more to the records rather than the TV. I mean, we know this one's on TV, but battle of undefeated teams here, of course. Give me New Mexico State on that increase line. Dayton's awesome. Yeah, they're Dayton at home or whatever, but New Mexico State's done a pretty good job here, obviously, with the start of their season being undefeated here so far. And if you look at, how they're covering, let me take a look at that, actually. Good call on this one. We're going to get out of here, do the drawing here. Jermaine said, who was taking steam? Elon took the steam on the side there in that one. Thank you to Kelly today as well. Hello. So let me take a look here. So New Mexico State did get a road cover at Utah Tech. I mean, they played a weak schedule, obviously, here, but Dayton so far got those covers here against Northwestern at home. St. Francis at home failed as a big favorite against Ball on the road. So, all right, I guess that's it for the show. Let's get ready right now for the drawing. Get ready, everybody. I'll give you a few more seconds here to let me go over to the promotion here. Give you a few more seconds. If you'd like to enter in the drawing, please type in something here right now into the chat. Your chance to win probably between $30 and $40 today with the promotion here. But check me out over at winnable.com. I'll be sending out plays today, my favorite games. Hopefully I gave you a bunch of winners. You guys gave me some winners, I hope. And I'll have more coverage. My plays over at winnable.com. You can follow my action by clicking the QR code in the lower right-hand corner. My plays are just $20 a month, 67 cents a day. And if you use the promo code STEAM, you're going to get all my action for just 50 cents a day. So I'm a high volume player, and I like you to know what I'm on here. We try to go over this early, but the action will continue to move after we're gone. But I'm not gone. Follow me over there. You can put on the notifications, get more plays from me every day at Winnable. There's a free subscription as well, where I have some complimentary plays and then the premium pick plays there. Please check me out over at winnable.com. You can use that promo code STEAM to save 20% on the premium pick packages. All right, there's 75 of you in here right now, and we're going to do the drawing for today's consensus parlay. We are 0 for 10. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that. I probably shouldn't, right? I mean, this is but look, they're parlays. It's tough to hit all of them. We came within a half a point of hitting yesterday's parlay, if I'm not mistaken. There are 35 people entered in right now in the consensus consensus drawing here. Here we go. Let's get ready. Gonna hit the button. Justin, Cliff, Mark, Justin, Joseph, Kelly, Julian, Ron, Baseline Boo, Cliff, Doge, Bobby, Real Madrid, Marquise, Fernando. How great is it that my man Fernando Mendoza gets the opportunity tonight to be the consensus parlay contestant tonight? Whether you like it or not, Fernando, we've selected 4 teams for you on the consensus. Hope he's still here. If he's not, no big deal. We let him know. We'll see him out there in chat land today. If you see him, you guys, and I don't, let him know. He's on for the consensus parlay today with the Cleveland Cavaliers game to go under. Also, he's got the Knickerbockers here. Knickerbockers over was the consensus play. I think I said it wrong earlier. It is over with Knickerbockers and Suns. I was on it. Consensus was on it. Also, The Carolina Hurricanes on the puck line is the consensus play here, and the LA Kings on the money line tonight against the Sabers. The 4-team parlay, with the Kings being favored by like $1.60, it's not going to be 10-1, probably closer to 8-1 or so. But Fernando trusts me here, and it's up to everyone to blow up the video here tonight, and let's get this show to 350 or more. I'll put in a penny for each view. And hey, you know what? It's a 4-teamer, so it's going to be at least 8-1, maybe 8.5-1. Who knows? But whatever it is, like 5 minutes before, how many of our views are on the YouTube video on. When you look at the little counter, I just take that number, and enter in the parlay teams, and that's the consensus parlay. So I'm doing my job here to put it in. So please follow me over at winnable.com and consider subscribing to the plays so I can continue to put the money in a little bit on these parlays too. Not asking you, I'm begging you, but I'm just saying, hey, maybe we'll pump it up here. Maybe we'll get more views. Just something to keep the engagement going, as Kelly told me, and I like that. So thanks a lot, everybody. That's it for the Morning Steam show here today. Appreciate that. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, with more Morning Steam. And don't forget, pre-gaming today at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Mikey Money is going to go over the primetime action here today with the big games here in basketball, hockey, college football, and college basketball. He'll have his best plays. And don't forget, First Strike is going to be recorded here tonight as well. So you get that preview of the UFC action. Remember, that UFC action here starts at 3 a.m. Eastern and midnight Pacific on Saturday morning from Macau. So you can hit the tables here. Also, I had my UFC preview up on the VB MMA channel with Ramon Scott on YouTube. We previewed 3 fights with George Gennaro of Narrative, the Emperor of Narrative Nation. So if you want even more UFC previews, I don't know if First Strike, I don't think we've actually had any conflicts so far with the picks, but it gives you more picks here. If you listen to the show that I do, you listen to First Strike, you join us for the live coverage with our always hitting winners over there. So please check out some of the UFC coverage as well. And that's going to do it. Catch you tomorrow with more Morning Steam for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. Sports money is money.
Steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.